Okay, so you're looking at moving to San Diego and you want to know, like, what's it like actually living in San Diego? Well, I can tell you it's terrible. Or is it? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about what I felt like when I moved here, what I experienced, the good, the bad, and the truth. So let's get into it. What's up, everyone? My name is Cameron Hodge, and on this channel we talk about everything about living, eating, sleeping, and moving to San Diego, and I absolutely love it. So don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notification icon so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. Now, we drop a new video every Tuesday and Thursday, and while I absolutely love making this content for you so you can get a good idea of moving to San Diego, I am a licensed realtor here in California, and what I love even more is helping you make real estate decisions. So this number popping up below is how you can get a hold of me and the team. Call, text, email, whatever you have to do, and we are more than happy to help you move to San Diego. We help clients every single day make them move out here, and it's what we do, and we absolutely love it. So getting into the video, so this is definitely a broad topic. It's like, what's it like, living in San Diego and moving here? Well, I can tell you, when I first came out here in 2014, the Marine Corps brought me out here. I got stationed on MCAS Miramar, which, if you don't know, it's a air station, an airport here in San Diego, just north of downtown, and it's where the Marine Corps has a lot of their aircraft there, and that's where I first moved to when I got stationed out here. Obviously, I ended up staying out here. I met my wife, who has been born and raised in San Diego, and that's where we have been ever since. Now, my perspective when it comes to moving to San Diego is I'm not from here originally. I'm not from California. I originally came from the country of New York and then came out here during that time. And, I think I have a really decent outside perspective when it comes. A lot of people, when it comes to living in San Diego, they want to tell you it's, California in general, especially San Diego, they're like, it's the greatest place ever. And it's awesome in a lot of ways, but there are certain things that are annoying depending where you come from, your background, and things like that. So I'm going to get into it. So when I first came to San Diego, my first thoughts honestly was the weather's awesome. I mean, it really is. So the weather in San Diego is just an amazing, it's perfect in a lot of ways. I will say, though, the fact that it doesn't rain here was kind of threw me off, because I grew up with thunderstorms, rain, snow where I grew up, and coming to a place that just really doesn't have any crazy weather is crazy. I will tell you, I think my favorite time of San Diego, though, is probably going to be the fall heading into end of December, because there are some times where it'll be like 75, 80, and it's still perfect weather. Like, it's weird not having a white Christmas, but I will say that the weather is perfect, and you never have to worry about like booking events. Like, if your event gets rained out, like, you consider yourself unlucky. You probably shouldn't be gambling, because you probably have the worst luck in the world, because it rains so little. It's really only during the winter that we get our rain here in San Diego. Once it hits late spring through summer and fall, it's just not going to rain at all. Obviously, people have to worry about earthquakes. Honestly, before I moved out here, I thought like there were earthquakes all the time, and I've been through a couple that I felt and things like that. I mean, everyone always says, like, look out for the big one, the big one, the big one, and yeah, sure, eventually it probably will happen, but in reality, it's probably like the least dangerous place to live in. I mean, if you live in a wildfire area on the outskirts of the county, yes, that is something that's an active issue you need to worry about, because there have been a lot of scenarios. I've had friends and family have to relocate, and clients, and it is something to be concerned about. Make sure you have insurance that will cover that, which has been, I think, an increasing issue, making sure insurance actually covers the wildfire damage, because a lot of them have pulled out, or they try and not cover it fully. So always want to make sure that even if you're paying more per month, it's a good thing to make sure you have that coverage in place. But overall, I mean, if the weather's beautiful, I will say I feel the beaches are overrated, and people are gonna hate me for that. So it is great. The beaches are awesome, but like, if you grew up on the East Coast, the water is warm. It's warmer water. I think the beaches are better out here. I will say the beaches are great in San Diego, but they're a little rough. They're crowded, and I'll get into that here in a little bit, but it is awesome being next to the beach. I will say the vibe along the beach, like the different vendors, the food, like it's all like an awesome, like it's a great thing to do with the family and the kids, especially during the summer. It is awesome. There's certain areas where they have fire pits so you can stay late and have a fire. You have the Carlsbad State Park for camping if you want to camp in a tent next to the beach overnight. Like, the vibe is great, but in terms of the crowds and it's not the best beaches I've been to. I think it's kind of a little overrated. but it's just me. I'm not a huge beach person, but a lot of people, they love the vibe. And I will say it is an amazing vibe. You just have to make sure you time when you go to the beach. And if you're going to spend a whole day there, make sure you go early so you can get parking and things like that nature. You know, it's city life. Now, I don't surf. But I will say, like, obviously, if you come from, let's say, like Tampa, right? I've been over there in Florida and the East Coast. Like, surfing isn't great in all areas, not like it is here in California. And there's a huge surfing community. So if you're really big into surfing, like, it is definitely probably one of the better areas in the country to surf, excluding Hawaii. Obviously, I know Hawaii is going to be like the top for the United States, but in terms of California, like, it has a huge, like, every day that you go, you will see people who are surfing and enjoying that lifestyle. So it's definitely, if you're really big into surfing, awesome area. You have so many beaches up and down the coast for you to surf at. I'm not an expert, but I do know a lot of friends, family, and clients that enjoy surfing, and it's a huge part of their life. Now, I don't think I fully enjoyed San Diego when I moved here. Like, people always think it's like the city, you know, like, I've been to downtown. I would enjoy that when I was just me by myself in the military and traveled around. It's awesome. But I don't think I fully enjoyed, I think it took me a while to fully enjoy, like, because San Diego is also the county. And there's a lot going on in the county. Like, you could either be in downtown San Diego, you could be living in your own condo high-rise in La Jolla, having your own little thing there. But you can even go to Ramona and get some acreage, or Jamul and get some acreage and really enjoy a full lifestyle. So I think what I always tell everyone when they come out here is, like, you really need to travel around, because it's not just budget where you can afford. Schools are important, but, you know, we also get a lot of older clients that are moving back to San Diego to enjoy their days just in the sun and the beautiful weather. And a lot of times, like, they will actually look East County because you can get some extra acreage, you can have a farm, or, you know, just be away from people, but still be within that hour drive to the coast, which is good for a lot of people. Also, what's interesting, I don't think everyone realizes, is, so obviously when you get to San Diego, traffic's terrible. And I think that's one thing. It's gotten definitely worse. It's become more of a popular destination. So it's always important to make sure, like, when I came out here, I didn't realize how important it is to choose where you live. It's not always about budget. It's also about lifestyle and really choosing where you want to live. And because, man, that traffic is brutal. California, man, that traffic is nuts during morning, afternoon. Like, and now I've worked night shift when I was still working a regular contracting job, and going a night shift living in North County, I was traveling the opposite direction of traffic, and it was awesome because you're going to and from work, you're leaving to work the opposite direction of, you know, everyone leaving work from their 9 to 5. And then when you get done with work, it's so early in the morning that you're going the opposite direction of traffic again. Or if you're leaving, you know, like 2, 3 in the morning, like, there is no traffic. So it's always good to make sure, I think looking back, definitely planning where we live to make sure that, like, I was adjusting for traffic and the travel time. Because there's also a lot of people, you'll also notice when they come out here, is, let's say their budget's like, you know, $600,000. $650, and they're like, look, like, I work in, like, San Diego, and I'm not against driving a long way. Okay, believe it or not, a lot of people will actually live in Temecula, which is about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half from, you know, the airport north. And they actually will travel that distance, because up there, you know, like, we just had a client at closing, it's like $615,000 in Marietta, and Temecula can either get you a 2-bed, 2-bath in Marietta, Temecula, or it can get you like a 2,000 square foot home in Marietta. So a lot of people, if they have those budgets that are under 700, they will actually choose to live up there because they get bigger homes. Schools are amazing. It's wine country, and they will do that route to enjoy the lifestyle they have. So getting back into it, a big thing is, like, you got to explore the area, because I think it's really easy to get stuck in San Diego, the city, and there's so much to do. Obviously, the beaches, downtown, like the zoo, and it's great. But I always encourage people, like, on the weekends or when you have time off, to travel to East County, the hiking in the north. And there's a lot of options, especially if you're moving out here. Like, you gotta travel, look around. I think it's one of the regrets I had in the beginning is I tried to find a lot of reasons to not like living here, to be honest. And honestly, when I moved here, I got to try to find reasons to not like it. But there is a lot of great opportunities. There's a lot of great schools. You know, it's just finding your community, where you fit in, and enjoying it. But also, don't discount going to, like, Riverside, traveling to Big Bear. Like, there's a lot of great areas for you to live in, or even just visit, right? So if you ever, like, so obviously a great thing about living in San Diego, like, during the winter, right? Let's say it'll be like a 75 you know, nice warm 70 winter day, but there you might be able to travel, you know, a couple hours north to Big Bear, and it's the mountains heading north, and you can actually have a great time in the snow, snowboarding, skiing, and it's a really fun place to visit. So that's, I think, one thing I didn't utilize in the beginning. Also, if you're in the military, they actually own cabins up there in Big Bear for you to actually rent out or get on the wait list so you can rent it out and enjoy it with your family. So great thing, especially to look into those benefits when you live and move in the area. So there's so much to do, and I think that's one of the biggest regrets is I just didn't get out and I didn't enjoy everything fully. But a big thing is, obviously, when we have clients moving here, is like, you needed, obviously, if in the military, you're just getting forced here. So it's always important to make sure you reach out to people that are already here and start looking around and get an idea before you move here. But for those of you that, you know, obviously just are working regular jobs and moving here and relocating here, if you've never been here before, make a discovery trip. Come out, travel around, and get a full idea of what the area is like. So that's a general overview of just thoughts and experiences I had moving to San Diego. And overall, like, it really can be, if you set yourself up right, can be an awesome place to live. You can really get to experience that California lifestyle that I think so many come out here to experience. It just comes down to make sure you know the right area and just explore. You have to explore. I know it's really easy to get caught up in like the work and like the craziness of the city, but you got to explore. There's so much going on, and not getting out and not enjoying the area is kind of doing yourself a disservice. And I really encourage everyone to explore more, get out there. And there's a lot of options, like with mountains, and you can still travel to LA and go to Disneyland and things like that. Like, there's so much out here for you to experience, and it's just making sure you get the fullest extent that you do. Now, I hope that you find value in this video. I hope you got a great understanding of what it's like living in San Diego, the relaxed, the lifestyle, the food. It's all amazing. You just have to get out there and you have to find it. And if you're looking to make a move out here, like I said, we love doing it. Us and the team, we do it every single day. And feel free to give us a call, text, or email. Heck, even if you're coming out to make a discovery trip, reach out to us. We have a hot sheet that we'll send to you, and it'll have some top areas that you're looking to visit and give you some areas so that way you can travel around and get a good understanding of what it's like living here and the areas that you could potentially live in if you move here. So I look forward. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.